Everything that I wore was based around these pink Crocs. Literally, I only wore sweats and like baggy t-shirts. I didn't get myself ready. My hair was a mess. I mean, the girl that you see sitting in front of you, I don't know where she was. Don't get wrapped up in the fear of missing out. There's always gonna be something going on that you may not be a part of, and it's okay. There's a season for everything. Remember that. When you're able to say no, you begin to kill that people-pleasing spirit that everyone talks about on the internet, and it really is a big deal. Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel. My name is Angel Ann Light and welcome to another Girl Talk. This is the first Girl Talk here, not only in the Light Studio, but also of 2024, and I am so excited to be here with you guys again. And so let's just jump right into this topic. If you don't have your water, go grab it, or some tea or something to drink, because you know we stay hydrated over here on this side of YouTube. But I want to start off this Girl Talk kind of like reflecting a little bit on 2023. I feel like for me, 2023 was a beautiful year, but it also was a year where I did not show up in the way that I needed to. And I say that because there was a lot of things that I wanted to do, but I did not lay it out before myself to actually commit to it. I would start something and not finish. And I was just in this headspace of like almost there and then barely making it. If you joined me on any of my lives, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But when I surrendered and I laid it all out, I literally saw the fruit of just being surrendered. That's how this Light Studio came to be. And I'm so grateful because I was able to partner with my husband, move forward into the plans that God has created for us, especially when it came to the Light Studio. And so to be able to come here, create, to host other people to come in here, other creatives, other influencers, other photographers and videographers, it has been such a blessing. Some of you guys signed up to be a part of my course that I'm having on January 6th, specifically towards procrastinators, imposters, those who feel like they have imposter syndrome, as well as those who are perfectionists. The reason why I'm having this workshop is because I fell into all of these categories, and it took some time to kind of pull myself out of there. And when I say pull myself, I mean like with the help of my mentor, my husband, some close friends who I value their opinion and their wisdom. And, you know, obviously giving myself grace. I've recognized there are certain tools that you just need to have in order to be successful, just plain and straight. And so in this Girl Talk, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about it, because I feel like when we enter into this year, you know, we all started with this mindset of we're not trying to have a repeat. I mean, for me, I'm like, God, I know you grabbed your strongest soldiers, and I know you guys saw that meme where it's like, please don't pick me this year. I feel like my response is, you can pick me again, but now I have the tools to be able to, you know, be successful and not be like weary or exhausted or drawn out, because I feel like last year was a lot of burnout because of this main thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about, which is not having a plan, not setting a schedule, and not having any time management skills. I mean, it's an ongoing process to be able to sit down, look at what you have to do, write it all out. Like even today was one of the days where I thought that I had it all laid out, but honestly, I was all over the place. And I was like, I have to make sure I don't budge on my non-negotiables for the beginning part of my day, because how I start my day really dictates how the rest of my day will flow. I didn't have my time early in the morning with the Lord. Like, this is just for today, y'all. Like, this is full transparency. Didn't have the time that I wanted to be with the Lord. I woke up late. I didn't get my exercise in. And it was like, as soon as I woke up, it was go, 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 go. And I realized when I do follow my schedule, how much ease there is in the day. Like, there's no like, oh, there's a surprise in the day. Now everything's in shambles. You know what I'm saying? And so the reason why I want to talk to you guys about specifically time management and getting a schedule is because you make time for what's important to you. If your business is important to you, if hanging out with friends is important to you, spending time with your family, your loved ones, or even writing a book, you have to be able to take into account what you're doing with your time. One of the things that helped me last year was my godmother said to me, you need to audit your time. You have so much time in a day. You have 24 hours. And so you have to, one, recognize the season that you're in. You might be a mother. You might be a wife, you might be single but in school, you might be a career woman, wherever and whatever season you're in, you need to know what season that is. Because once you know your season, you know what's attainable. You know what I'm saying? And so when you recognize the season that you're in and list it out, write out all the factors, like all the things that's going on with you, and then look at the schedule that you're creating for yourself, whether you're working a 9 to 5, whether you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, so you pretty much have no set work time. I'm telling you, once you recognize your season and write it all out, as far as like waking up to going to sleep and making sure you prioritize your sleep, it will be extremely crucial in how this year is going to be for you. I know for me last year, I didn't really have a schedule. One thing my husband would always tell me since like 2020, he would say, Angel, get yourself a schedule. Once you get that schedule, you'll be able to know what you can do, what you can't do, and then you'll be firm on certain things. Like, there'll be things that pop up, and because you know your schedule and you know what you can and cannot do, you can say no. And for me, last year, it was a little rocky. It was a little bit rocky, but I saw the fruit of being able to say no and knowing what I can and cannot do. When you're able to say no, you begin to kill that people-pleasing spirit that everyone talks about on the internet, and it really is a big deal. Because I get it. You might have a parent that you help out. You might have kids. You might, be one of those friends that's always there for people, but you need to know when to say no, especially if you have goals and dreams and things that you've placed before the Lord and you're like, I need to attain it. There's a season for everything. Remember that. And don't get wrapped up in the fear of missing out. There's always going to be something going on that you may not be a part of, and it's okay. I had to sacrifice going to certain events and seeing certain people because I knew what I had to do the next day, whether it was like waking up early because I had a couple models coming into the space, or even taking time off so I can just recharge and refill myself. And not only that, but being able to not be guilted by not going out or doing something that you just don't have time to do. I'm thankful that I have friends that are able to understand. And for the friends that didn't understand, it's just a simple conversation. You know what I'm saying? But going back, making a schedule, having time management is so key. I've listened to different workshops. I've listened to different speakers. I've even watched different YouTube videos and podcasts. And it seems to me what I've highlighted is discipline in this area is so difficult for most people because we're used to just doing our own thing, especially post-pandemic. After the pandemic, most people did not have a grasp of time. And time is one of those things that are it's so expensive. Like, to me, my time is so valuable. When I see myself not taking advantage of the time that I have, I get upset. I get upset because I know how valuable time is. Now, I don't know what your relationship is with time, but that's something you have to definitely take like a moment and reflect upon. Like, how do you view time? Do you see time as like, I don't have enough time? Or do you see it as I have an abundance of time and I fill it with things that make me happy and bring me joy and push me towards the direction I'm trying to go? And so that's something I want you guys to think about. During this week, even during the month, like as you set your schedule and you make time to sit down and be still, turn off Netflix, stop the doom scrolling that happens every night. Like, for me, that would be my thing. I would just be on Instagram or TikTok scrolling or just watching videos on YouTube endlessly. You have to put a stop to it because guess what? There's a time and a place for everything. And if you want to do that, if you enjoy doing that, just allot time for it. But once you recognize your relationship with time, once you set out time to make your schedule for this month, just don't even overcomplicate it for the year. Just focus on this month. If you're working full time and you know your schedule for the month, perfect. If you're not and you're kind of going by a bi-weekly bi-weekly schedule, that's okay too. Just do what you can do. Don't put it off. I also know that when you're able to delegate your time, you're able to fit in things that you really enjoy. And I say really enjoy because I recognized how, and this is me reflecting on the past years behind me and knowing what I take seriously and what brings me joy for this year, is I didn't really put time towards self-care. I remember telling my godmother and a few of my close friends that I have to burn these pink Crocs that I have because it became a crutch for me. And yes, it's a story for another time, but let me just tell you, everything that I wore was based around these pink Crocs. Literally, I only wore sweats and like baggy t-shirts. I didn't get myself ready. My hair was a mess. I mean, the girl that you see sitting in front of you, I don't know where she was. Y'all, she was missing in action, and it was scary. So I say that to say, like, me saying to myself, I need to take time to get my nails done, to do my hair, to, do my makeup, in my head, because I'm quick and I can do certain things fast, I would play myself in a case. Like, oh, if I know I'm going somewhere, I'd be like, oh, I could do my makeup in 15 minutes, or I could do it in 30 minutes. Then that 20, 30, 15 minutes would come and I'd be like, oh my gosh, scrambling. And then I'd be like, abort mission. I'm just going to go as I am, blah, blah, blah. But when you make time, and I think I'm also saying this to the woman who used to take care of herself in this way, but stopped because just life was life. I remember I was like beating myself up a little bit last year because I was like, how did I go from being like a fashion designer, someone that was always like hair, makeup, clothes on point, everything done, to the girl wearing the pink Crocs? Like, Kathy's mom would literally be like, Angel, like, what are you doing? And my mom would be like, can you please stop? Like, we're going to go on a trip soon. And my mom literally said to me, if I bring the pink Crocs, she's going to murder me. But, we all have to have these moments of like reflection so we can, pay attention to what's going on and then pivot. Because it happens, life happens. But yeah, I hope that this video has encouraged you guys to take time out, whether it's after you watch this video or like you schedule it in, but do it within the first 5 days of January. I know we're already like a few days in, but okay, maybe not 5 because that's a little aggressive. The first 10. If you can do this, where you sit yourself down, I want you to, 1, write out your relationship with time. 2, I want you to be able to write out your schedule. And if you can't go in depth, at least write out the 5 things that you want to make sure is constantly on your schedule during the month. Once you do that, also allot time in for 1, spending time with God, and then having fun. Find time to have fun. You don't want to be someone that just works, because you will get burnt out, and literally you will be saddened that you didn't enjoy the time that you have. And instead, you'd begin to resent your work and your calling and your purpose. And so, make time to reflect, make time to schedule, and make time for you to have fun. And if you are interested in joining me at this workshop, please click the link in the description to join live for Saturday, January 6th. For live online, it's going to be from 11 to 3, but the room will be open between 10 and 4. Bring a notebook, get ready to settle down and take some notes and get poured into, and it will be available for replay. So if you're watching this video and it's like after the month of January, but you want access to this workshop, click the link below. I'll see if I can send you the workshop. There is a fee. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy your day. Don't you ever forget that there is nothing that you can't do, okay? You can do all the things that you put on your heart, but you just have to recognize there's a time, there's a season, and you have to make sure you delegate the time to do those things. So until next time, I'll see you at the next Girl Talk. I love you, I love you, I love you. Don't you ever let anyone dim your light. And I can't wait to see you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, don't forget to do all the things, all right? I love you guys. See you guys in the next one. Bye.